Hey guys, this is Chris again, coming at you with another video. This is the legendary, the classic, and iconic Casio F91. These can be had for anywhere from $10 to $20 depending on the item and which one you buy. I have it represented here by both different versions. The newer version here on the right is the newer F91 in bigger size at 38 millimeters, which will fit most of us, and the one on the left is a 33 millimeter version, which is the one that's maybe a little too small for some people, but you can always swap out to a NATO or something like that and it'll fit just fine. But this is a classic, like I said, iconic watch because it's just been around for decades, and it's been around every 80s and 90s movie you look at. Almost the characters are wearing, at least one or two of the characters is wearing one of these, especially some of the bigger movies. And again, like I said, this is just an iconic piece, and the hipster part comes from, like, nowadays, kids nowadays are starting to wear, these are so cheap, they're starting to wear like 10 different models. They can match them, with their outfits, whatever, whenever they go out. But that's why I say kind of a hipster watch, because it's become really popular with the hipster crowd since the 80s and 90s themes are coming back and becoming popular again. But this is definitely, it's a digital quartz watch, as you guys know, and you can go pick up the basic model at Walmart, Target, or any of those places for like $10. That's why a lot of people like these. Even a lot of non-watch people wear these. Like, I see a lot of people at work wearing these all the time, walking around, and for $10 you can't really beat it. It's kind of like a give and go or a grab and go kind of watch, and you don't have to really worry about it. By the time you replace the battery for the $10, you're just better off just to go ahead and buy another Casio F91. These are almost like Swatch watches. These are kind of like disposable watches, I guess you could say. The water resistance on these aren't that great. I believe it's only like 10 ATMs or something like that, just enough to get your hands wet or get caught in the rain. You're fine, but going swimming or any of that, I wouldn't do any of that. Like I said, these are all pretty cool, different various watches, and you can mix and match them. Like I said, you can buy 10 of them and not even have to worry about them, because you have a different watch for your outfit, different outfits every day. And like the one on the right, you can swap out different Nato'S and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. And the one on the right, like I said, is a bigger size, so it will probably fit more wrist. Now, one of the only bad connotations with these watches is that they are pretty much known as the terrorist watch. A lot of terrorists use these for their, bomb making and all that, timing their bombs. These are pretty accurate watches. Of course, I gotta fix the date and time on both of these. Quick wristwatch check, by the way. I'm wearing its more modern counterpart here, the Casio G-Shock. But for $10, $11, that's why I think they go to these watches. I mean, you can't really beat them. These are even faked and copied. There's Chinese copies of these watches out there that are like $2 or $3. I mean, why you would go through the process of getting a fake when a real one is only like $10 or $11. Like I said, in this case, these are about 18 a piece here, so not too bad. But the one on the left is cool, kind of like the vintage kind of vibe. You see it's got that brown going around the outside of the screen there, kind of like tan. And the one on the right, like I said, fit more wrists, like my 7.5 inch wrist. The one on the left is a little tight on me. And these do have a little like a little lube, but not too much lube. It's a little better at nighttime. But like I said, these are kind of like disposable kind of watches, why a lot of people love them so much. If you were worried about, you forget wearing a watch, whatever, one day, on your way to work, whatever, you can leave one of these in your car, truck, whatever, and have something to wear that day. That way you don't have a naked wrist. But as I know, a lot of us watch guys end up doing, we feel naked without wearing a watch to, anywhere. But again, you see they've got the day date. They've got the seconds. They also have a stopwatch that counts up to like 59 minutes. And the battery life, I believe, on these are actually like 7 or 8 years. So you definitely get your worth out of $10, $11 that you pay for them. Even if you pay, like I said, 15 to 20 for them. These can be found on Amazon pretty much almost anywhere. Like I said, you can order them off of Amazon. You can go to Target, or you can go to Walmart and buy these. And like I said, these are a great disposable watch. There's already been a lot of reviews out on these, and there's been a lot that's been said about these watches. So I'm not going to go too in depth about them, but like I said, these are pretty cool watches, especially for the price. Even people like Bill Gates wears these watches, and he's got millions and millions of dollars. So if he's out wearing these watches, they're pretty good watches. Because I don't think he's a big watch guy, but I think he likes having the watch on the wrist. But again, like I said, these are great watches, especially for price. I definitely suggest, if you're thinking about it, just going out and picking one up, because like I said, you can't really beat it for $10 if something happens to it, whatever. You're out $10, no big deal. But anyways, guys, this has been Chris with the Casio F91 review. Let me know what you think down in there. Like, subscribe, and comment. Alright, peace.